Vader. Palpatine. Rework!
Yes, that.
We are getting a rework for Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. Let's go! That is right. Guys, we are getting a rework for Emperor Palpatine and for Darth Vader. Holy crap, this is what we have been wanting for so long. This is what that tease was alluding to, I'm guessing, where it said the path to the dark side holds many abilities that are considered unnatural, whatever that Palpatine says to Anakin. And this has led us to both Palpatine and Vader getting reworked, and I'm telling you right now, it is awesome. You guys are going to love this. It's going to be anti-rebel now. We're going to add some rebel synergy with Vader, where he is going to be able to hit through that foresight for rebels even, and a bunch of other stuff. Palpatine's going to become more survivable, and let's break down what some of those changes are. I am super excited, even though I actually don't have a whole lot of dark side characters in my roster. I'm still excited for all of you who have been wanting this for so long. I think you're going to be really happy, and I am working on my Darth Vader right now. I've got my Palpatine at gear 11. My Vader isn't quite ready, but it is time, and we're going to add some Zetas here. It's going to be awesome. But before I get to that, I want to call out, look at this sweet painting I've got back here. This is my buddy who is selling these paintings on his Etsy shop. Go ahead and check that out. I'm throwing a link in the description. I've got one on the screen right now. And if you put the promo code CubsFanHan in there, then he's going to give you a whopping 20% off, which is really awesome for artwork like that. So go ahead and check that out. All right, let's break this down. So starting with Darth Vader. Now, Darth Vader, obviously we know he's dark, we know all of this stuff, and the changes are going to be in green. And some of this confuses me a bit, but bear with me here, and we will go through this. So first of all, on his basic, Terrifying Swing, we get on what he does. Deals physical damage with to target enemy with an 80% chance to inflict ability block for 1 turn. And Jedi and Rebel targets cannot evade or resist his attack. So now that is going to apply to Rebels as well. And it's funny, I was just on a question answer with some members of my Discord server a couple days ago before we got this news, and I was talking about how it'd be nice if Darth Vader had a little more anti-Rebel, because he's got anti-Jedi, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I mean, if you watch Star Wars Rebels, I guess there's some, anti-Rebel stuff going on there, but or anti-Jedi stuff going in there when he's seeking out the Jedi, but it's mostly Rebels, and so I think this makes a lot of sense. Very positive change to that, especially with what the current meta is. I mean, the only Jedi you're consistently going against is probably General Kenobi. All right, special number 1, Force Crush. Final text, deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict speed down, and 3 damage over time effects for 2 turns, and bada bing, bada boom, this effect can't be countered. Ooh, that is awesome. So an AoE here for Vader that now can't be countered. That's going to make it a lot more useful against Rebels. Against all of those counter-heavy teams, Rebels are going to be probably the most notable. So that is very, very, very good to see. And then look at this. We've got a new unique for Darth Vader, and it is really cool. Check this out. He's going to be very fast. Final text, and this is a Zeta. At the start of each encounter, Darth Vader gains 8 speed at the end of that encounter for each of the following: Empire ally, Sith ally, Jedi enemy, Rebel enemy. Darth Vader is immune to turn meter reduction and recovers 5% health when a damage over time effect on an enemy expires. So he's going to become more survivable, and he's going to become stupid fast. Especially if you consider, if you're running Darth Vader in an Empire team or in a Sith team, I think that's going to be pretty realistic to be running him in a team like that. And if you're going against Rebels and Jedi, which you're going to be going against a lot of Rebels and even a few Jedi. I mean, some people are running Ezra, but General Kenobi is probably going to be the most frequently ran against Jedi. You're also going to gain 8 speed for that. So you're going to make Vader faster. You're going to make him slightly more survivable with that unique. Very, very cool. And as you can see in the footage here, it definitely makes Darth Vader better in the squad arena at least. And I think it's going to have some great usability in dark side territory battles and also in territory wars. Very cool. A+. I'm really excited about this rework. Now let's talk about the Emperor. All right, moving on to Emperor Palpatine, and I'm really excited about this kit as well, especially because the biggest problem that we have had with Emperor Palpatine is he's not very survivable. He's gonna be survivable now, and you can see that in the footage that I'm showing in this video. But here's how it works. So first of all, basic lightning strike, no real changes to this other than it's going to clarify what shock is. The first time I read through this, it says, you know, just this typical stuff, but it clarifies here, shock can't gain equals can't gain health, buffs, or bonus turn meter, and I thought that was a change, and it is, because actually it doesn't specify in his kit here. I'm looking through it right now. This update hasn't gone live, and nowhere does it explain that I can see what shock is, but this is what my understanding of shock has been. But if you actually check out gaming-fans.com, they have an awesome buffs and debuffs list that I'm heading over to right now, and if you look here at shock, it says character cannot heal, gain buffs, or bonus turn meter. So that's clarified somewhere. It just doesn't seem to be in Palpatine's kit at the moment. And so now we are adding that into the language of basic, his basic, which is lightning strike. Special number 1, the power of the dark side. It says, deal physical damage to all enemies with a 70% chance to stun them for 1 turn. Shocked enemies are stunned for 2 turns, and they have their shock dispelled. So that's pretty much what we have right now. And then all allies gain offense up for 2 turns. That's nice. So we're just going to add a little bit of offense there on top of that. Now, let's get into the good stuff. The rest of his abilities are going to be really cool. Special number 2, let the hate flow. Final text, and we're just totally rewording everything here. All other units lose 5% health, and Palpatine recovers health equal to 150% of the total amount lost. Palpatine gains 50% turn meter for each shocked enemy. All allies gain health steal up for 1 turn. So I'm interested in that health steal up. That is really cool. And you can see here all other units lose 5% health, and Palpatine recovers health equal to 150% of the total amount lost. That's pretty much the same. It's just reworded a bit differently. It's still going to be your units and theirs. Leader ability, Emperor of the Galactic Empire. Final text. This is a Zeta. So Palpatine now has Zetas, people. Palpatine now has Zetas. We can all relax. He's got a Zeta. All right. This says, Empire and Sith allies have plus 35% potency and plus 35% max health. Jedi and Rebel enemies have minus 35% potency and minus 35% evasion. When an Empire ally inflicts a debuff during their turn, they gain 20% turn meter. When a Sith ally inflicts a debuff during their turn, they recover 20% health. When a debuff on an enemy expires, Empire and Sith allies gain 5% turn meter. So that is very, very cool as well. I'm very excited to see how this is going to be working. Lots of turn meter gain. You got lots of health going around. Lots of that. So the survivability component is going to be really cool. And we're going to see that more so in his unique here, Crackling Doom. The final text is, and this is another Zeta. So we got 2 Zetas on Palpatine now. While Palpatine is active at the start of each enemy turn, they take damage equal to 20% of their max health for each of the following: if they are shocked, if they are a Jedi, or if they are a Rebel. This damage can't defeat enemies. Palpatine has plus 50% max protection, people. Plus 50% max protection. And while he inflicts shock, he gains, when he inflicts shock, he gains 5% max protection until the end of the encounter. So we've got plus 50% max protection right out the gate, and he is also going to gain 5% max protection for each shocked enemy. So I'm just thinking here, pair this with Thrawn, and you're dishing protection back to Palpatine as he loses it, and he's going to have more max protection there, so that 40% will go a longer way towards the end of that battle. That is really, really cool. Great to see, and as you can see in these battles, it is definitely going to turn the tide for how viable these 2 characters are. All right, so at the end of the day, guys, this is really, really great news, especially for those of you who are Empire lovers, who love Sith even, or just have Vader and Palpatine in their roster and just haven't been able to find a way to use them. I really think that this is going to make these characters viable in the arena more so. They already have some degree of viability. It's just a lot more niche. It's hard to get them to work just right. I think this is going to really kind of take a nice turn for the best for Empire, especially. I really like the idea of running Palpatine, Thrawn, and Vader together. Maybe throw a Shore Trooper in there and somebody else. I'm just super stoked about this. This is something that we really want. I really feel like this is a direct response to feedback from the community that we wanted to see a Vader and a Palpatine rework, and so I hope that you guys are excited as I am for this. I think this is very good for the game, and I can't wait to see what else may be in store for February. Stay tuned for more on that. But whatever the case is, if you liked the video, of course, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think about Vader and Palpatine getting a rework. Do you think it is good enough? Are you excited to get these Zeta abilities? Do you have Zeta saved up? Are you in a Zeta crunch right now where you just have to go get more Zetas? Maybe you just spent some Zetas on Raid Jedi training like I did. Dang it. But I am definitely working on these characters. I'm excited to use them in the arena and territory wars and territory battles on the dark side of things, etc. So thanks again for watching, and as always, my brothers, don't forget.
For my dead body. Sorry about the mess.